This was posted in the Am I the A-hole thread by a woman. She asked the question, would I be the a-hole if I break off my engagement because of his new views about women? Please know and understand. Understand that if you were with a person and you happen to be black and he's white, and he starts espousing racist commentary, anything racist, please know and understand that would be like immediate that you would break it off. Same thing about sexism. If they start talking in terms that are sexist and you are about to marry that person, deep down, you know that that person is incompatible with you because you happen to also be a woman. I don't care if the sexism is pointed at somebody over there or over there. Eventually, when he gets mad, those sexist views will be coming back towards you. And this person is not married. So please, okay, actually, why am I doing this? Let's get into the post. So she is 28, he's 34. She says, my fiance and I used to have a great relationship, but for the last year, his political views have become a problem. I mostly bit my tongue about it, but it came to a head when he accused a woman at his job of lying about her SA. I pointed out when a woman accuses a man of rape, he questions it and says she's lying. He justified it by saying it's stupid to believe an accusation like that without proof. I pointed out that he has no proof that she's lying either, but he's accusing her anyway. He often sends me articles of women, usually teachers, essaying boys. I brought up that he never says those boys are lying or ask for proof. He got very upset and kept repeating that I was trivializing male SA. I don't feel like I was. I feel I was just pointing out the hypocrisy. He denied being biased against female accusers. I reminded him that when the allegations against Diddy first happened, he said feminists were just trying to ruin a successful man's life. Unsurprisingly, he never brought up the man who accused Diddy of SA. He defended Diddy up until the video of him physically assaulting Cassie was leaked. Even then, he said, we didn't know the whole story. The final straw was when he was telling me, yet again, how women are actually worse than men because we are sneaky and conniving, and at least men will F you over to your face. He kept saying that women are far worse people than men, and I just lost it. I said there was nowhere on earth, not now or ever in recorded history, that a female violent crime rate has been higher than the males. I told him that men unalive each other even more than they unalive us, so they are the bigger danger to themselves than some girl being sneaky. I said that blaming women for unfair legislation like conscription makes no sense when men make up the majority of the US government and most, if not all, other governments. He was absolutely furious about all of this. He didn't argue with me per se. He just told me that I was brainwashed by the feminist agenda and that feminism lied to me and convinced me I was special. I still don't know where that comment came from. It was not even relevant to anything. I admittedly was very pissed off and said, well, maybe patriarchy lied to you about this relationship being special. I threw my ring at the table, left the house, and haven't spoken to him since. Today, he sent me a long text stating how I belittled him with that comment and that I would be a good wife if I could just stop needing to be right all the time. I haven't responded, and I'm conflicted about if I will at all. I feel bad about throwing the ring. I really feel bad that I hurt his feelings by saying our relationship isn't special. But still, to be honest, I'm seriously questioning if I really want to marry him. He's always been argumentative, not just with me, with everyone. Normally, I just ignore it, but he was so egregious with his hypocritical BS. I shouldn't have taken the bait, and I don't feel like men are generally bad. I was speaking out of anger. I don't consider myself to be a super political person. I'm not even sure if I count as a feminist. He just has a new complaint about women every freaking day at this point. It's so frustrating. I don't know when he became this way, but it sucks. There are still things I love about him, but things he has been saying may be more than I can forgive. Despite all that, I'm still responsible for my intense outbursts, because I ignored his constant woman bashing in an effort to keep the peace. I exploded when I could have just spoken up from the start. Maybe if I had nipped it in the bud right at the start, it could have been better. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Am I the a-hole? Number one, it's like you're not responsible for his behavior. Even if you attempted to nip it in the bud, he wants to say these things because this is how he feels about women. These are his views. They are entrenched in his psyche, and he's going to continue to argue that women are the issue. It is not going to be on for him in his brain. Women are the issue, and it can never be right. There was nothing she could do. Women have to stop taking it on ourselves to be responsible for men's behavior and men's views and how they speak to us. That is their decisions, their choices. But what this woman needs to do is figure out going forward, is she going to stay with somebody that espouses sexist rhetoric? That's something that she's going to have to figure out for herself. Like, I wouldn't stay with somebody that was racist. You can't really be with somebody and have a harmonious life if they espouse these types of views, even if they're not directly pointing at her. Eventually, when he gets mad, his sexism will come out towards her. Here, the OP is responding to a very long comment. I think it was a man. They were talking about you shouldn't believe anyone, but I mostly believe you shouldn't believe men. So this person right here, their point said, if you were mistaken about this simple foundational point, then it's likely that if I keep reading, I'm going to find out that you're wrong about a bunch of stuff. That's the person's comment to her. And she says, the main point, which was already pretty clear in the post, is that he accuses the women of lying, but not the men. If he sincerely believes that proof is necessary before believing an accusation, why is he only applying that belief to women? Why do men who claim they were SA'd not also bear the burden of proof in his eyes? Why are men believed automatically, but women have to prove it? This isn't about legal procedure. This is about his personal beliefs and hypocrisies, obviously. And then this person said, we must maintain the burden of proof on the accuser. And then she responds with, the irony is that you aren't applying this to my ex. He's accusing this woman of making a false rape accusation. That's a very serious offense. He has absolutely no proof to support his accusation. If he cared about that proof at all, then he would, number one, remain neutral until proof was presented. Number two, apply the burden of proof to himself when making accusations against another person. And three, require proof regardless of the accuser's gender. He has done neither of these things because his distrust of women isn't about proof, it's about misogyny. And then she honed in on, but if you're not willing to do that, he should absolutely leave you. And to this, she said, I left him. He didn't leave me. He's been texting me, asking me to come home. You'd know that if you read the post instead of offering your uninformed, half-baked, try-hard, sophomoric, anti-intellectual drivel. Now, I do admit I took these screenshots before I went to bed last night. So I did not see this. I need to go back and read and see if there's an edit. Hold, please. Okay, so there's no update. Maybe she's talking about because she says she threw the ring at him and she hasn't gone back. So that's good. But I'm glad that she has left for real. I'm glad for this part that I circled right here because, and the way she made these points, it sounds like this is really in her brain to leave this man where he stands. I am glad that she's seeing his hypocrisy, and I want all women to know and understand if these people are espousing these sexist, racist, any kind of bigoted type of things, and you are part of the group, even if they're not pointing at you directly, eventually it will come back to you. So join the conversation. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.